Doesn't look too bad though, sample. There's your wheat. So, it's these bigger bits I'm worried about. That's hard, that is. She's hard, boy. But those ones which are sitting up, there's not many of them now. They're starting to go. So maybe being patient is the right idea. We'll talk about the fast track in a bit, shall we? The old kick test. Who doesn't love British built stuff? Cummins engine under the bonnet brings you a smile to you every time you drive it. Yeah, so this is the only thing that's really changed machinery wise since he came last. Yeah, I've gone on a bit of a joint venture with someone and brought a fast track, so. But I love it, absolutely love it. Is that a heart? That's a heart, isn't it? I am a child at heart really, and I've always wanted one. When I used to live in Leicester, there's a guy, farm had 2 of them, and I used to follow them round now and again, which is a bit stalky, but I used to love listening to them go up some of the hills there. So yeah, finally got one, so love it, brilliant. So we've got a pipe trailer on the back, so we have a borehole, or we have 3 boreholes on the farm to run the irrigation, which has been critical this year. Pipes all underground, they go to a hydrant. You clip a tap onto the hydrant, and then you put, these are called overland pipes, and you clip these all up, and you put a hydrant in, which is this. And then you clip a tap onto there, and then link that to the irrigator. Sit. 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 Be obedient on camera. Sit. Right, so we're in mid-July now on the farm, and I know we've all suffered the weather this year, and it's been lovely to be in the garden having barbecues early and good old heats, but it's completely and utterly crippled the farm. That is one thing, and things are really struggling. Irrigators, for example, the potatoes here, this irrigator has not stopped, and usually you'd have a week or a weekend, but this is just constantly up the field, do the headland run, start down the bottom again, come all the way back again. The water we're having to pump is a hell of a lot. We've had it before, but this is probably the extreme weather. Crops wise, I cut some winter barley, the earliest I've ever combined. I tried to cut it on the 3rd of July. It wouldn't quite go, so I actually went on holiday. So the saying says, go on holiday when you think it's fit, go on holiday for a week. So I did that, came back and cut it this Monday, just gone. So that hasn't yielded at all well. We grow Pacific malting barley as well, and that hasn't hit spec in malting as well. So there's a cost there of probably £50 a tonne, potentially. Now look, I know a lot of people have struggled hitting malting this year with the screenings in it and stuff, and it's all down to the weather. And that's the biggest thing I find with farming. So I can drill it right, I can prepare the ground right, I can do it at the right time, apply the nitrogen, all that sort of stuff, but the above is what really finishes it off with quality or rubbish, really, in some regards. And this year, unfortunately, I think we're facing another bad harvest, which I said in my last video is going to be catastrophic, which I really do feel, and I'm generally worried about where we go with farming. Maybe a rugby pays off a little bit. Well, I can't lift my arms up very well. Probably like a little bit of explanation, I can't say it. I will just explain about an irrigator for you all. So you've got this big old pipe here, plastic pipe, and you link the overland pipes, which we're just collecting there, and you link the irrigator up to it. Can you see there? So it comes round into the irrigator. You pull the irrigator out of a tractor, right? You then set how much you want to put on. Do you want to put on 20 mil, 30 mil, 40 mil? You know, we're usually probably doing about 20, 25 mil, 20 mil a time here, and it'll just pull itself back in at a certain speed to make sure it covers that distance. When it gets in, the gun carriage will come back, and there's a bit of metal sticking up on the gun carriage, which, as you can see, will hit there, and that push it down, and that's the brake, and it will cut the irrigator off and stop. So it will you don't need to be here to switch it off and stuff like that. So you just come and do that, and away you go. So come up, hook it up, pull it up to the next run, pull it out, get it going again. So that's how we tend to do it. Or yeah, it's not too complicated, but a lot can go wrong with irrigation, because you can come here at 5 o'clock in the morning hoping it's in, to make sure you're set up, you know, got other ones coming in, move, and you get here and this one's not all the way in or halfway out. The pump we've got there is linked to your mobile phone, so you can ring it to start it, and it will tell you if it's stopped, so you've got some indication if there's something stopped or something's gone wrong, and then you've got to find out what's actually wrong with it all.
Nick, can you remember a summer like this?
I can when I was about 17, 18, 1976. I was still at school, and I think we started combine before I broke up from school. Pretty certain we did, early June. So, sorry, early end of June, beginning of July, really. Yeah. So that year we were irrigating potatoes. And we put the machine through and we start again. Just go back and start all over again. Just continually. We never move the machine out of the field. So, yeah, I do remember it, but this is hotter. No question about it. We've got consistently warmer days, haven't we? And, you know, the crops and the farm have been hugely affected by it.
Look at our little 18 months bullocks, our Galloways. I don't think they're going to come to us yet. We've gone into cows a big way, people. Very big way. We bought 3. It's like hobby farming. Come on. Galloways. So they're quite a hardy breed, native breed. And we've got some rough land down the back there, which we're going to put them on. Going to get it all fenced and put them on down there. Because they don't need much to run, if you know what I mean. As in they don't get very big framed either. They're quite good cattle. They can be a bit sketchy, I think. They can be a bit wild. We quite like wild animal, though, don't we? Come on. Finance probably determined how many we brought this time round with the harvest we're having and stuff like that. So we originally wanted to go for 8, and we've had to cut back. So we'll start with this, and then we'll build them up a little bit. But we'll see how the wheat harvest goes, I suppose. Back in my grandfather's day, from my dad's early days of farming, a mixed farm was the way to be. And I can kind of see that way of that coming back in. We grow a lot of cover crops now, which sheep graze. So we could have our own flock of sheep and then graze them, then sell them, fatten them up and sell them. Cattle now, we're going to run through the Scrum and Bun. But yeah, no, I think we're very much farm. I don't think I would have seen any of this 15 years ago, thought about, you know, we'd have 26 livery yard here, container storage, workshops rented out, now a venture with a holiday let down there, lake, with the Scrum and Bun now. These things, no, you wouldn't, because you just think farming's farming and you just get through farming. But now the tables have turned a lot, and it's the risk in farming is so much higher because the input costs. I think input costs have gone up since 2022, 27%, and the prices have gone the other way. So that just shows probably where it is in some regards. So trying to eliminate the risk, which I've talked about before, fixed costs, trying to make your fixed costs out of diversification. I think with opening Scrum and Bun, we've seen the way we think the direction of the business needs to go, and it is more down that route. And it's definitely gives us the confidence. Will we do anything new next year? Probably not. I think we'll look at Scrum and Bun and see where the inefficiencies are and improve on them as quickly as best we can in a year. Because it's amazing, you close on a Sunday and you think, oh, we'll be all right, we'll get that sorted this week. it's very hard to sort things in 3 days sometimes, very hard. You're relying on people to come, whatever, and it's hard. So yeah, it's we're farmers gone into the catering business world, and it's a bit different, that is for sure.
See, look, there's no grow back at all in the hayfields. Look at that.
So with the negative of the weather, the farming, there's also a positive when you run a business of a burger van, which people are outside a lot. So this is I've stood on front of this, I think, talking about having rugby posts where you walk through and stuff like that, and here it is. So we're here now. It does look like the Sahara Desert, or we're very much abroad, but that just shows the weather we've had. But it's been a great success, and so far appreciate everyone who's come along and had a go and enjoyed the burgers. But yeah, we'll have a little tour around, shall we, guys? So you walk through the posts, and Patrick's going to try and take a drop goal in a bit, I think. I'm not a kicker myself. And there she is. Behold the Scrum and Bun burger van. You obviously got your selection of burger food, named after rugby positions, and the referee. The red card's not on there, but that's the vegan option, which we don't serve. So you've got the passing thing. I'm going to have a go. Here we go. Oh. That was rubbish, wasn't it, really, that was? Wind. I'm going to have one more go. That's even worse, but there we go. You can pass the balls through there. Obviously, we've got more than one rugby ball. We have the tractor track. The tractor's not in it, they're just down there. All Fendt tractors, of course. So they're in there. So kids can roll around there. They end up out of there more than they are in there. They're just the tractors, kids on tractors going around everywhere, which is nice. We then have the mini pitch. And this is like the little kids area. They've got a couple of little picnic benches in there for kids. Sand pit areas made out of tractor tyres, because let's be honest, we're farmers and we'll use anything we can use. And last video we were talking about the benches, weren't we? And here they are in the force. This is a stand-up one. I talked about we'll do a stand-up one, and then we've got the sitting ones in the background there. Gone down a treat, and everyone keeps wanting to make more to sell them, but I think we'll do a couple more next year, probably seating ones for people, because they're good. And actually, if you are in the older age sort of bit, they're far easier to get into than a picnic bench for people. So they've been very good. You obviously got a nice tent up there to sit under the shade or whatever if you want to get out of the way. We have just brought in a big Jenga game over there, and a noughts and crosses as well. So there's plenty of things to do and enjoy a burger and a sun and a beer. And it's actually been learning. Yeah, we're farmers at the end of the day, and we're not in the catering business, but we are in the catering business now. So we've had a steep learning curve on a lot of things, and it's been great to do it, to be honest. And what I would say is, in the farm, the modern farming you have now, big tractors, big machinery, very hard to make it a family thing. Do you know what I mean? Because it's the safety aspect of it. But this, you can make a proper family adventure, where kids can help clear up some rubbish before you start serving, or wipe the tables down. Wives, girlfriends, whatever, can come in and work on the till and stuff like that, and we can work the bar, whatever. It has been great for that point of view, bringing everyone together. You know, mum and dad are down here helping. Uncle cuts the grass when it actually grows. He's off duty at the moment, as you can tell. More worried about a fire hazard than we are cutting it, to be honest. But yeah, that's been quite a special thing actually, to be all working together. As I say, on the farm, you can do that to a certain degree, but not like it used to be in some regards. So this has been quite a nice adventure for us all.
Got to do number 8.
Number 8, 2 number 8s, 1 pint.
look at taste of that.
Oh, it's divine.
Tight Ed. That's why I put on weight. Every week I keep getting scales. I think I'm not getting any better, but yeah. You know, as Clarkson would say on his Hawkston beer, that's fucking good. Soft. Soft. This one is probably going to be, I reckon it's a week away. So it started Monday properly, really. We've had a really good week actually. And how's it been? As expected. The dry weather has definitely caused plenty of issues. So, you know, wheat crops are down, definitely. Winter barley was down, and we got the spring barleys to cut, but by all accounts they're not great either. So, not good. I think the best field I've cut so far did 9.5 tonnes a hectare. The worst I've been down to about 6.3 tonnes a hectare, so not very good at all really. Average, we like to try and get an average here about 9 tonne a hectare, and I'm slightly worried we're not going to achieve that this year. So yeah, we'll see. It's we've got a bit more to do yet, but we're cracking through it pretty well actually at the moment, which is nice. This field we're in now was sugar beet, October lifted, straight in wheat behind, Banford variety, and we're currently running at about 8.5 tonnes a hectare on here. So we'll see how we get on. It does get slightly better land as you sort of go that way, so we'll see. It's one of our better fields. I haven't done it on purpose with you guys turning up, because I just started on that field across to my left now this morning, or about 11 o'clock this morning. So yeah, but this is one of our better fields, and we've got one through the way there which I'm looking forward to getting to, and then a big one over there, 35 hectares in across the road, which hopefully I'll get into by tomorrow. And that will be pretty much the wheat all wrapped up then, and then it'll just be the spring barley to cut. So yeah, so we look forward to that. We'll see what that does. Reports are high nitrogen, so it'll probably go in the feed bin, which is not good price-wise and stuff. Although the difference between feed and malting barley isn't a lot at the moment, so it's not catastrophic. I think it is a very special time of year, because we all work long hours. So not only are we not at home a lot, kids and family, we're here with each other a lot. So you get you know, and it's a special time. I think it always brings us together. Either you bring food out, or the kids come out to have a look at our harvest, have their dinner, picnic somewhere, and watching us go up and down. So it's a very together thing, and everyone understands harvest. Like, harvest is a busy time of year, and harvest comes first before anything. It's been a tough harvest this harvest regarding yields and stuff like that, but it's still special. And you get nights like this with the sun going down. Where else would you want to be, to be honest?